Hey, it's May 2020, and you know what that means. The month of May is graduation month, and so the seniors of 2020 this year, whether it's high school or college, have had a quite interesting spring experience to their senior year. So we want to wish all the graduates happy graduation, and we've got a couple of our very own here at Horizon, Taylor Bush and Nate Bush, that we're going to have a little discussion with. So sit back and enjoy. This should be a lot of fun. All right, well, Tay, I guess senior year ended up a little different than you thought it would, at least the spring part. So some good things and some bad things maybe came out of that. I mean, what are some of the, let's talk about the bad first, like the things that maybe you lost or didn't get to experience.
Well, you know, some of the traditional things that like every senior gets to go through in high school, and to think that, you know, that was taken away from us, or not taken away from us, but, you know, we had to do it differently. Like, for example, graduation online tonight, actually, and we have to do a car parade, and like just missing out on, you know, some of the main events that a lot of seniors, you know, really cherish. And I would also say moving to online school, it helps some people in a way, but also it's just like not ideal. Like, you know, you don't get the one-on-one teacher-student time to really explain things and learn things how you would in a classroom. And it's kind of like a do-it-on-your-own type of thing, which was a challenge, but, you know.
Well, some of the downsides, but you got to sleep in.
Very true.
No school uniforms. I mean,
can do school in your bed.
I saw you walking around the house. There are definitely no school uniforms.
None.
And then maybe you know, some of the parades and things that happen, like other classes actually haven't gotten those things. They had more traditional things, so it gave a chance to get creative. And
yeah, I feel like if you look at it positively, it made it a little more special because obviously people do feel bad for seniors and that we don't get to do those things, but I feel like that made them, you know, think out of the box to do things like the car parade or the signs we did in the neighborhood, or just any of those kind of things were really special that normal people don't usually get.
And you got your Mimi to drive by with her megaphone.
Yeah, repeating my name. Taylor Bush.
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah, that.
I mean, who gets that? She can't do that in a crowded auditorium.
She can't. She would try, but she can't.
That's good.
So Nate, we asked Taylor about, you know, how this semester and this senior year has changed and what your expectations were versus what reality is. How's that been for you? What's it been like for you?
You know, it's been tough seeing a lot of our senior events get canceled in the end of baseball season and just not being able to see my friends every day. But it's nothing that we can change, so it's just something we have to move on and deal with and try to make the most of it every day.
So let's talk about that social side a little bit, because you guys have something that we didn't when we were your age, where you can actually get involved and engaged with your friends through your phone. So that's been a little bit of a shift because you can't see them in person, but you're still able to keep pretty tight in touch, right?
Yeah, I mean, I could talk to my friends pretty much every day through social media, on the phone, whatever. It's been a lot easier being able to talk to them most days, but I mean, it's still weird not seeing their faces every day and being able to hang out with them in person, you know?
Well, now Tay, I know you got a chance to start reading a book that I had been wanting you to read, but you didn't have any time because, again, you were playing softball, you were going to school, you were doing all these things, and let's give you a chance to, besides the book, do some other things maybe you didn't have time, quote unquote, time for, like your parents, for instance.
Yeah, I would say there's been a lot more family time, which was necessary for the first couple months. The first couple weeks, and then it got a little, you know. But I would say, yeah, we were all, you know, moving full speed. Before it all happened, we would come in, go in our room basically because everyone was tired and busy. So it definitely has provided more family time, and yeah.
We've had some great conversations.
We have.
You know, over dinner or on the front porch swing, or
we've watched some movies.
Been on some Jeep rides. We have watched some more movies.
Pool. We finally went to the pool together.
Exactly. All right, so I mentioned you had a chance to catch up on this book. Tell me about this book right here.
Well, so Dad gave me this book about 2 years ago.
Maybe a year ago.
A year ago, yeah. And I never really got the chance to, get around to it. But I was thinking, I was like, what else is there to do? So I decided to read it, and it's called The Latte Factor.
There you go.
And it is basically just like lessons about like saving money. And I've always heard Dad since I was little saying, telling me always save your money, it'll pay off in the end, whatever. But I never really got the chance, that's just my dad in my ear, and I never got it put into perspective. But this book gives like analogies, and it shows like if you really do save however much or whatever, it just gives like good advice on how to become wealthy without being, wealthy, rich.
So one of the things that these seniors lost out on that not every senior did was their sports season. They both played spring sports. Nate was a baseball player. Taylor was a softball player, and they missed out on the remainder of their season. I think they just got started, like maybe a week or two, and then it was kind of pulled out from under them. So we want to talk to them a little bit about that, because that's a big thing. There were some aspirations and goals that they missed out the opportunity of attaining. So let's talk about that.
Yeah, and just the loss of the families, because we enjoyed watching y'all play so much. I know Miss Kelly, Taylor's mom, is the team mom, for pretty much everything she's ever been on. And so it was a big mourning of the loss of the season too. So kind of a big deal.
Yeah, it was. Having the mamas here would probably even make it more impactful because Heather, likewise to Kelly, was very involved in all the senior events for the baseball team as well. So, Nate, senior season was taken away. I mean, obviously a little bit of a loss there. Feeling a loss. What's going through your mind on that?
Yeah, it's really disappointing. We had really high hopes. We've been in the state championship the past 2 years. Haven't come through with it, but we were really hoping to get it this year.
Bring the trophy.
Yeah, we're graduating 11 seniors, so this was our last shot. It's really disappointing, like I said, but it's something that we just gotta move on and live with. A lot of guys are going and playing college ball, hopefully myself too. So it's a good lesson, but
tough lesson.
Right, it's a tough lesson, but just to appreciate the times that we did have. We got to play, I think, 13 games or something like that.
Yeah.
But we just got to move on and make the best of everything that's coming.
Tay, lost your senior softball season, and I know that your crew started the program in the 6th grade and kind of came all the way through, and this was the last hurrah. So any big lessons that being in that program taught you over the years?
Yeah, it was just, obviously it's unfortunate because we've really worked this hard to build the program up, and for it to be cut short on our last chance to make a statement or whatever to the younger kids, it was taken from us. But I would say that over the years, probably the biggest thing that that has impacted me throughout playing would be, it's all about good sportsmanship and teammates, having a good connection, because you can have the best team ever, and if you're not good teammates to the other people on the field, it won't always work out. So our coaches have done a good job of stressing that to us, that always have good sportsmanship and be good teammates and don't play for yourself.
Yeah. So summer, kind of like Taylor, you were going to be on the senior trip. That got canceled. What are the plans for the summer? What do you anticipate? Where are you going to school? That kind of stuff.
A lot of baseball this summer. Be traveling most weekends. Hopefully I can get a job during the weekdays. Hopefully we'll be able to recreate a little senior trip with me and a few friends or something like that in the family. After that, I don't know yet. Leaning Louisiana Tech.
Yeah.
Still taking a look at some baseball opportunities. So we'll see where I go.
What do you want to study when you get there?
Kinesiology. Want to be pre-PT. I'm going to end up as a physical therapist.
Very good.
Yep.
All right, so Tay, I know you had plans changed for what the summer might look like, but what does the summer and heading into the fall look like for you?
Well, we were supposed to go on a senior trip with our classmates at the end of May, but obviously that's been changed. But fortunately, we're gonna, in place of that, go on a family trip, which should be a lot of fun. And then when we come back from that, which is mid-July, I'm hoping to get a job and move into an apartment. We have a few rescheduled, graduation things, graduation prom, senior walkout in August, and then from there I'll move in and start school at LSU in the fall. And I'm hoping to major in broadcast journalism.
Following the footsteps of Uncle Bill.
Uncle Bill, thank you,
Yeah.
Uncle Bill.
Uncle Bill. Well, any big lessons that come out of this? I mean, if you could sum up this whole spring experience and anything stick to you as a big lesson, life lesson?
I would definitely say it's a little cliche, but definitely, cherish the time that you have because you never know what can happen. And obviously, there's disappointments with senior year, but there's a lot bigger things going on in the world, obviously, with lives being lost, jobs being lost, all that kind of stuff. So at the end of the day, I'm still extremely fortunate and thankful for everything that has come out of this. But yeah, it's a lot bigger picture.
All right, well, I guess that's a wrap, but we wanted to, once again, best of wishes to you guys as you go
Yep,
forward
absolutely.
in life, and trust me when I tell you, we're hoping you do well. So
Yeah,
you don't
no
move back in with us.
That's right.
No, but anyway, best of luck with your next plans. Best wishes, congratulations to all the seniors of 2020.
Yep.
We also have in our building here, Chad Swallow and his son Collins graduating from St. Thomas More this year. And then many clients, with graduating seniors from both college and high school. So congratulations to everybody and best wishes.
Yep.